Minus 1 minute and counting. The ground launch sequencer will verify that the three main engines are ready to start. The booster joint heaters are being deactivated at this time. T-minus 48 seconds and we're transferring to orbiter internal power. Discovery is now running on its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start at T-minus 31 seconds.
CLS is go for auto sequence start.
And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. 20 seconds. The sound suppression water system
15.
has been activated, protecting Discovery and the launch pad from acoustical energy waves.
Go for main engine.
Go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery. A tribute to the dedication, hard work, and pride of America's Space Shuttle team. The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Roger, Discovery.
This is Mission Control Houston. The Space Shuttle now rolling over onto its back with a 7-minute ride into orbit. Discovery now making one last reach for the stars. Engines are now throttling down as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum pressure, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes supersonic.
Discovery Houston, you are go at throttle up.
Commander Steve Lindsay acknowledging the call from Capcom Charlie Hoba as Discovery's 3 main engines throttle back up. Lindsay is joined on the flight deck by pilot Eric Bowen, mission specialist Al Drew, and Nicole Stott. Mission specialist Mike Barrett and Steve Bowen. Discovery's 3 main engines are burning fuel at a rate that would drain an average swimming pool in about 25 seconds. The engines combined with the solid rocket boosters produce more than 7 million pounds of thrust. 1 minute, 50 seconds into the flight, we're standing by for separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. Discovery now traveling 2,695 miles an hour. Its altitude 24 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 29 miles. Booster separation confirmed. Discovery's guidance is now converging as the shuttle's onboard computers fine-tune the flight. Two minutes, 25 seconds into the flight, Discovery traveling 3,189 miles an hour. Its altitude 37 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 53 miles. Discovery now getting a boost into orbit from its twin orbital maneuvering system engines on either side of the shuttle's tail. These 2 engines will burn for 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Your 2-engine TAL, we do have updates to your no-com mode boundaries, and we did launch late into pane 1, our only pane. The contingency aboard boundaries we'll use are in-plane plus 230. Let me know when you're ready to copy the new Presta ATO and Presta MECO.
Okay, copy all. 2-engine TAL and ready to copy.
Into your Presta ATO 11.9. Presta MECO 15.4.
11.9 and 15.4.
That's a good readback on both.
Discovery can now make it to emergency landing sites in Europe should one of the engines fail, but all 3 engines continue to perform as expected. Capcom Charlie Hoba updating the crew there with some updated time information due to the later than planned launch. 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the flight, the shuttle traveling 4,700 miles an hour.
Discovery, you are negative return.
Negative return.
Discovery now traveling too high and too fast to return to the Kennedy Space Center in the event of an engine failure. But all three main engines continue to function as expected. The shuttle now traveling 5,200 miles an hour. Its altitude 62 miles, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 170 miles. 4 minutes, 45 seconds into the flight. Discovery traveling 6,200 miles an hour. Its altitude 66 miles. Downrange from KSC 229 miles. Here inside Mission Control, Flight Director Richard Jones and his team continue to monitor the progress of Discovery's flight. All systems are continuing to perform as expected.
Discovery, you are pressed to ATO.
Press ATO.
That call.
Discovery, your single engine Zaragoza 104.
Single engine Zaragoza 104.
Discovery can now make it to emergency landing sites in Europe should two engines fail at this point, but the flight continues to go well. 6 minutes, 24 seconds into the flight, the shuttle traveling 9,800 miles an hour. Its altitude 67 miles, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 447 miles.
Miko, BIM for you, nominal shutdown on all three, and Pinto, you'll be go for the plus X and go for the pitch.
Press to Miko, nominal shutdown, go for the plus X, go for the pitch.
Good readback.
That call from Capcom Charlie Hoba indicating that Commander Steve Lindsay has a go to press to main engine cutoff as expected in about a minute and a half.
Discovery, you are single engine press.
Single engine press.
Seven minutes, 15 seconds into Discovery's flight. The shuttle traveling 12,700 miles an hour. Its altitude 66 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 615 miles. Discovery's engines now throttling back to keep the forces on the crew and the shuttle to 3 times that of gravity. The shuttle traveling 14,000 miles an hour. Less than 30 seconds to go in Discovery's powered flight. We're coming up on main engine cutoff. External tank separation confirmed. Commander Steve Lindsay will steer the shuttle up to the forward portion of the external tank so that the umbilical well camera can capture some images of it.
Discovery, we saw nominal MECO OHMS 1 not required, preliminary TIG for OHMS 2 3730. Welcome to you and your veteran crew back to space.
Copy, no OHMS 1 required, 3730 preliminary TIG, and thanks a lot. Good to be here.
Good deal.